Hello, Tarot fam. Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the new comms team that Harry and Meghan have hired. So according to an article in The Express, they have added to their comms team. So we have several individuals that are going to be in charge of their communications. We have Charlie Gibson and Kyle Bulia, I believe it is. They're both reporting to Ashley Hansen, who remains the head of communications for the couples. We'll go into a little bit more detail about them, but we're going to see how successful this new PR drive is going to be, if they're going to be able to right the ship. We'll be right back. See you in a few seconds. Again, welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for jumping on the bandwagon. We do lots of fun stuff over here. You're going to have a great time with us. We have a great community. To my diehard fans that have always been here with me since I started the channel a few years ago, thanks so much for being here. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. And if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you will consider subscribing. Like I said, we do have a lot of fun here. We have a lot of new programs, and we even have a new channel with some other psychic news report. You can go over there and check that out as well. We just launched last week, and we are looking for new subs over there to make the channel grow and bring you the news with the psychic scope. So, but for today, we're going to focus on pop culture and fun stuff over here. So, the article that I'm referencing in The Express, I'm going to put a link to it in the description of this video so you can check it out for yourself. But essentially what's happened is the Sussexes have added to their comms team, including Charlie Gibson, who is based out of the United Kingdom. He's formerly worked for Mars Cadbury, so he's a sweet acquisition. But he's also worked for Domino's. He has 15 years experience in communications like this. And just recently, he cleaned all of his personal history up on his social media. So there's a lot of different things that have happened there. We also have a Kyle Bolia, I think I'm saying that correctly, who's going to be based out of the United States. He previously worked for UTA, United Talent Agency, so he has great experience working with, a variety of entertainment talent, sports people, individuals like that. So both are coming to the table with notable experience. They're still going to be reporting to Ashley Hansen. And I thought originally this was going to be a much smaller video, but I think we're going to be here for a little bit. So let's start. We're going to pull up our card view, and we're going to see what kind of job they have ahead of them. And just for fun, I'm going to use my super golden deck that I usually use for the royal family, for the working royals, but we're going to use it for this reading as well. So I hope all of you are having a great and magical day today. I myself am working on some cool manifestation stuff. We are going to be discussing it tomorrow morning in Vibe with the Tribe with Rick Paul. That'll be launching on both of our channels, and that's at 6:15 New York time. So it's bright and early for me, but it's nice in the middle of the day for our friends in the United Kingdom. So let's see, what kind of job do these PR specialists have ahead of them? What are we looking at here? How much of a job are they going to have? What's the landscape of that? We're going to do my 7-card spread on this. So it does look like they have quite the job ahead of them. I just want to fix up my real estate here, guys. I'm working off a few different cameras. So it does look like they're going to have kind of an interesting job ahead of them. This Queen of Wands in reverse, this is kind of a nothing burger that we've been looking at in terms of productivity and product put out. So this is our first challenge that we really need to work with. And the immediate concern is getting more pentacles into the coffers. We do need to put some money away into those treasure chests. All royals have treasure chests, don't they? Because otherwise all is for naught. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I think the enthusiasm, the measured enthusiasm of these two new acquisitions, Mr. Gibson and Mr. Bolia, I got to work on saying his name, Kyle Bolia. It looks like their enthusiasm will be very measured, and it does look like they're going to do well. Up here, I don't think they're going to try and correct any of the past deeds. I think where attention grows, where attention goes, energy grows. I think they are going to focus on moving toward the future and make no apologies for their behavior in the past. There's going to be a theme of we're learning from our past mistakes. We're learning from what we've done before. So I think that that is going to be a very interesting tactic. Here, the goal is to have their money make money. So I think they're going to put some real serious messages in there about reinvestment and not the way it's been reinvested. So the physical image of individuals is going to be pulled back on. So the excessive spending on hair, makeup, glam, clothing, the imagery, pay for play, those kinds of things, they're going to pull back from that. So that is the job that they have ahead of them. They really need to stop the bleeding in a certain sense. So that's what we've got here. What is the reason for adding to this comms team? Why are we adding to it rather than just allowing the individuals that are still there? Because when you think about it, when we add to the comms team, we are adding to salary, we're adding to output. So why are we adding? The reason for it is because everything they keep throwing at the wall is not working. And the analysis, when they go back in time and they look at the analysis of what they've done, they can't figure out why it's not working. They're going to discover that some voices are louder than others. And the message that's being put out really is not a good one. We all know what the story has been. Oh, they cast us out. We poor little us, poor little us. I think we're going to see more ownership. They're correct. Correct myself. They are going to advise them to change this storyline. This really is the reason they need to change the storyline. They need to move forward. So this is getting into my next question. Oh, wait, and before we do that, the voices of negativity are too loud, and the voices of positivity are not being accepted because of the loudness of the negativity voice. So it's really kind of a tough, dangerous waters that we're in here, as we see with the Six of Swords. So under the surface, they really, really, really want to come off this. They really want to correct the course. I am getting the sense that on Harry's agenda, he really wants to heal the rift with his family. I think he really wants that personally, and I think he wants it to save his reputation, his worldwide reputation. So what is the strategy going to be? We're going to look at the two separate individuals. So first, we're going to look at Charlie Gibson. He's got a pretty big task at hand because he's going to be heading up the PR in the United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom right now, Meghan is the least favorite royal. I can't even you know, she's quite disliked over there. The way that she managed her relationship with the late queen has been problematic. The way she has managed her relationship with the current king, Charles III, and the Princess of Wales, it's not been good. So what is Charlie Gibson's strategy going to be? There's our devil. There's our Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Seven of Wands, and that Ten of Swords, King of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Wands. So, in order to bring this Queen of Wands to the surface, in order to bring, and I'm going to speak specifically about Meghan, because I do think that this is really, Meghan is the bigger issue. I think there is some likability to bring Harry back without Meghan. I think some people would be agreeable to that if he ditched the wife and came back with the kids. I think she is the bigger problem at hand. So in order to turn her into a functional individual public figure that people will like, they have to have her fall on the sword for the negativity that she's done. They have to have her break publicly. No more of this tungsten. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I don't care. I don't read the tabloids. I don't read social media. I'm not reading any of that. I'm just doing what I'm led to do by my own personal altruism. We all know that that's a farce. We all know that that's not really true. She's been endeavoring to fatten her coffers, get clothing, get photo shoots, look pretty in pictures. I mean, honestly, like, you know, it is my opinion that she really just wanted to look pretty in pictures a lot of the time. She could have done that with the royal family. So that's an editorial here. But they need to have her break. She needs to break publicly. That will satisfy the car crash watchers if she breaks publicly. This is something they have to show, that she's human and that she is not a wicked woman, as quoted by Queen Elizabeth, the late queen. So here the devil needs to be locked up for a little bit. We need to put that devil away. No more. The ambition needs to be capped. The ambition is what has created this issue, because it was really blind ambition. Anyone who's a fan of Lady C knows that the consensus is that it was blind ambition steaming toward success at any cost, with anyone left in the wake of that, stepping on those rungs, getting up the ladder. The greasy pole, I believe they refer to. So the strategy is going to be to lock her up and then let those new ideas, I don't want to say fester, but germinate. We really need to let those ideas germinate. And typically we would see germination with the Ace of Pentacles, but we've got the Ace of Wands here. They're really going to have to kind of keep her cooled down and let her just do what she needs to do. Biding her time. This is going to be the hardest part of his job. This really is going to be the hardest part of his job. So keeping her very cool and keeping her busy is going to be a trick. She's not going to want to do that. So what's the best thing that he can do to make this happen? The Wheel of Fortune, Page of Swords, King of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Under the surface, we have the World, and dominant energy is the Magician. He needs to appeal to her ego. He needs to let her know, listen, we all know you can do this. We all know you can do it, but you're oversaturated. The market is oversaturated with you. We need to dial it back. Trust that the Wheel of Fortune is going to do this. He needs to give her examples of other celebrities that rose and fell. I hate to say it, but President 45 is probably a good one. He's had bankruptcies, he's come back. He's had bankruptcies, he's come back. Robert Downey Jr. is another one, but she does not want to align herself with someone who had substance abuse problems. She does like to portray someone who is stronger than people that have substance abuse issues, things like that. I do think that that's one of the arrows in her quiver for the eventual split with Harry, unfortunately. Here, the ideas. He wants her to write and not speak. Not do. Write, not do. And don't publish. We're not publishing anything. We're going to keep things under wraps for now. We're going to keep things quiet. This is a way to keep her busy and let her think that she is doing something. Now, I've done a reading on her book that she perhaps has written and that it's been rejected a number of times. She needs to write something different based on that. Maybe throw the whole manuscript out and start all over again, but she needs to do that. Catering to her ego, letting her know that it's not over, that it's not over. Madonna has revived her image innumerable times. He needs to appeal to Meghan's ego and let her know that that is something that she can do. So that is our focus in the UK for Mr. Gibson. How is Mr. Gibson going to fare through all of this? How is he going to fare through all of this? Want, need, get. Okay, it's going to be a tough job for him. He's going to want her to step down and stop taking control of her career. What he needs to do is keep her focused on the positive things, keep her focused on positive things that she can do out of the public eye. What he gets, I think she's going to be difficult. I don't think he's going to stay in this job very long. Let's see what his focus, again, this is Charlie Gibson. And he is focused on the United Kingdom, PR for the Sussexes. He was just brought onto the team. And let's do this. Let's see what he can do for Henri. Wayward Prince. So what is his strategy for Harry? His primary focus is going to be Meghan because she's the most problematic PR situation in the United Kingdom. What is he going to do for Harry? What is his strategy for Harry? Ooh, okay. Oh boy. So, part of his problem is that Harry, even though he knows that correcting his course with the family will benefit him, he is being incredibly stubborn about correcting his relationship with his brother. He just has way too much emotion about it. And it is displaced emotion. It is incorrect emotion. And so this is a discussion when he says, hey, we've got to get there. We've got to show some face. You've got to pretend that you're happy. You can't have a face like thunder. And we did see this at the unveiling of the Diana statue. Harry was very manic. He was kind of hopping from foot to foot. He was trying to be goofy, trying to get close to his brother, and he was rebuffed. He was rebuffed by his brother and by most of the people that were there. If you watch the video of it, he just seemed like he was acting a little too goofy, a little too jubilant. He should have been more pared down. He should have been calmer. Nervousness probably came out in all of that jumping around. That's probably what we saw. The fortunate thing is that Mr. Gibson has the accident of birth in his favor. This is a prince who is now a fish out of water story. He can illustrate and focus on all of the different options that this lucky fish that is Harry, the Duke of Sussex, whatever he is, Earl of Dumbarton. I believe he's the Earl of Dumbarton. But this lucky person had too many choices and not enough direction. And so he was expected to be all things to all people at all times. And that burden became too much and was in conflict with what his true disposition is. This is the strategy that we're coming out with. So do we write an antidote to spare? Do we do that? Do we asking for forgiveness and asking for the understanding that one was given too much and did not understand the difficulties of being on the outside of that micro culture. I think we're going to have to fall on the sword a little bit here. I think that is the plan. But he's going to meet resistance. He is absolutely, Mr. Gibson is going to meet some resistance when he says, this is what we need to do in order to correct your path. So how is this going to work out for Mr. Gibson? Let's see. Let's see what he wants, what he needs, what he gets. This looks good, boys and girls. So what he wants is a fresh new start, a renewed spirit, a renewed PR. What he needs to do is let Harry fall on the sword. He does not have to be right. Sometimes it's better to not be right than it is to be right. And then over here, we've got change. We've got inevitable change. So is this going to be a positive thing? Let's take a look. We're going to find out. Yes, he is going to beg for forgiveness. So we are going to see some good stuff here. He's not going to like it, but I think we are going to get through to this wayward prince. So, so this is part one. I'm going to split this up into two readings because we went already 21 minutes. So I'm going to split this up into two readings. I do hope that you have liked this. You found it interesting. In the next reading, we are going to talk about Kyle Bolia. Same questions. We're going to see how the PR is going to affect their professional image here in the United States. So sit tight and look for video number 2. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a magical, amazing day. If you would like your own magical reading from me, you can book one. In the description below, there is a link to my scheduler. I have a variety of readings. We can do a 12-month reading. We can do a 1-hour reading. We can also do a discounted 1-hour reading with some of my students observing. So it's one of the things that I like to offer in part with my students who take my course. I do have a new course starting in June. So if you have any questions, you can email me at FortuneCookiesTarot@gmail.com and ask questions. It is a live course. It's not a pre-recorded course. So you get to ask questions, work with me, work with some of my old students, and work with new students just like yourself. So I hope to see some of you soon. Everybody have a magical day. I will talk to you soon and look for that second video dropping